Will Iran be the first country to officially adopt Bitcoin, and what does that mean for global politics? Hi, I'm Jasvinder Khalsa for CryptoCoinInvesting.com. The possibility of Iran formally adopting the use of Bitcoin was first reported in FinanceMagnates.com and LiveBitcoinNews.com on October 30th of this year. Since then, it's been reported on in Cointelegraph.com and CryptoCoinNews.com, among others. So we've received an official statement from the Iranian Deputy Minister of Communications and Information Technologies, Amir Hossein Daveh, who says, and I quote, that the Ministry of Communication and Information Technologies has already conducted a number of research studies as part of efforts to prepare the infrastructure for the use of Bitcoin inside the country. So while that appears to be and may well be a benign statement, we should at least have a basic understanding of the complicated history between Iran and the United States and the economic sanctions that Iran has faced in the last several decades. So this began effectively, so obviously the history of Iran and the United States in 3 minutes, let's see how we do. But beginning in 1979, the US-backed Shah of Iran was overthrown by a reactionary, conservative, and theocratic regime led by the Ayatollah Khomeini. That was met by immediate economic sanctions by the United States. Then in the mid-1980s, during the second term of the Reagan administration, the Iran-Contra scandal erupted, where the United States had apparently sold weapons to Iran in order to fund the other side of a civil war in Nicaragua, an anti-communist counter-revolution called the Contras that the United States was funneling money to. And where did they get it? They were selling weapons to Iran. Well, that's obviously rather nefarious because that contradicts the stated and implied position by the United States towards Iran when they had economic sanctions imposed, because they didn't approve of the rule of the Ayatollah and the Islamic theocratic regime that was installed by him. These sanctions were even expanded in 1995. Then in 2006, the United Nations imposes economic sanctions on Iran because of their production of uranium and the threat of them seeking nuclear weapons. So the first time we've seen progress in this was in 2015, just 2 years ago, with the Iran nuclear deal, where the United Nations, including the United States, is promising to lift economic sanctions on Iran if they stop production of uranium and reduce what they have by 98% over the next 15 years. So what does any of this have to do with Bitcoin? Well, as we know, Bitcoin is a stateless currency. It does not map to any central banking system, and it is not US dollars, it is not euros, it's not francs or yens or pesos or any of that. It's its own thing. However, the country where it's purchased, or the people who purchase it, and the people who use it, and the goods and services that they're spent on, of course, map to nation states. So where this leaves us is there is far from a consensus in the international community about the regulation of Bitcoin. Is it a currency? Is it a security? Is it regulated by the country where it's purchased? Is it regulated by the country where it is deposited or liquidated? Most countries do not have an answer one way or another, so there can't possibly be a consensus. This means that the use of Bitcoin by the Iranian government could be used. We don't know that it is, but it could be used as a loophole or a black hole in international economic legislation. So this is something you need to keep an eye on. Obviously, if they are able to transact internationally with the use of Bitcoin, then you wonder if they have any economic incentive to abide by the non-proliferation agreements and obey the sanctions, or if this is their way of getting around them. We don't know, but we're going to keep an eye on it. So for CryptoCoinInvesting.com, this is Jasvinder Khalsa signing off.